So, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Cristóbal Torres, Chairman of ChileDay, and it's a real pleasure to welcome you all to ChileDay Toronto 2026. It's an honor to begin this morning with a fact that in itself says something about this edition. Today's delegation is the largest and most senior ChileDay has ever welcomed at a single opening, spanning a broad cross-section of public life. Their presence here is a powerful demonstration of the strength and depth of the Chile-Canada relationship, and a recognition of the role that ChileDay has come to play as a platform where this relationship is built and renewed every year. I would like to welcome each of them personally and begin here for being here today. Mr. Jorge Alessandri, President of the Chamber of Deputies of Chile, Mr. Jorge Quiroz, Minister of Finance of Chile, Mrs. Francisca Toledo, Minister of Environment of Chile, Mrs. Yasir Naqvi, Parliamentary Secretary of the Ministry of International Trade of Canada and member of the Parliament of Ottawa Centre, Her Excellency Mrs. Carolina Y, Ambassador of Canada to Chile, Mr. Javier Macaya, Senator of the Republic of Chile, Mrs. Paulina Budanovic, Senator of the Republic of Chile, Mr. Juan Manuel Fuensalida, Deputy of the Republic of Chile, Mr. Pierre Carlesi, Deputy of the Republic of Chile, Mr. Nicolás Balmaceda, Undersecretary of Public Works of Chile, Mr. Hugo Briones, Undersecretary of Energy of Chile, and Mr. Álvaro González, Undersecretary of Mining of Chile. So when I told you it was the longest presence, it was true. So we're also very grateful for the growing number of sponsors who make this event possible. And now allow me to thank them now. AFP Plan Vital, Anglo American, Antofagasta Minerals, Bain & Company, BCG, BCI, BlackRock, BNP Paribas, Caja Los Andes, Copeut, Credicor Capital, DCB, Drake, Engie, Freeport-McMoRan, HSBC, Itaú, Larraín Vial, MetLife, Moneda Patria Investments, Nuam, Shudders, SQM, Tech, Vinci Compass. So a special thank you to our main sponsor, Scotiabank, for their continued support and confidence in ChileDay over these years. And a word of deep appreciation as well to the strategic partners that have worked alongside us to make this event happen. The Ministry of Finance of Chile, the Embassy of Canada in Chile, the Embassy of Chile in Canada, and the Chilean-Canadian Chamber of Commerce. For ChileDay, coming back to Toronto feels like a homecoming. There's no better place in the world to have a serious conversation about mining and capital than right here. The Toronto Stock Exchange lists more mining companies than any other exchange on the planet, and for decades it has been the natural home for the financing of exploration, development, and expansion of mines. Mining is central to the Chilean economy, central to the Canadian capital markets, and the industry where the productive basis our two countries truly meet. It is also no coincidence that Canada is today the largest foreign investor in Chile. Canadian institutional investors, pension funds, asset managers, and infrastructure investors have long been among the most committed long-term partners of Chile, with significant positions across our roads, hospitals, airports, transmission lines, renewable energy, assets, and corporate balance sheets. And Canadian mining companies operate some of the most important assets in our country. ChileDay Toronto is, in part, a way of acknowledging that long-term confidence and of opening a direct conversation about what comes next. We arrive in London at a particularly meaningful moment, with the global landscape being reshaped by geopolitical realignment, the energy transition, the strategic competition for critical minerals, and the rapid advance of artificial intelligence. None of these forces are abstract for our two countries. They shape how copper and lithium prices are valued, how our infrastructure is financed, how capital is allocated, and how supply chains are designed. You all know there is a lot to talk about. Chile is in a new political cycle. A new government took office just 2 months exactly ago. I know, Minister, it looks like 2 years. And we are all looking forward to hearing Minister of Finance, Mr. Jorge Quiroz, to lay out the priorities of his agenda in a few minutes. What ChileDay brings to this conversation is its essence, a public-private alliance that presents Chile in front of international investors. We are joined by representatives of the executive and legislative branches, alongside a broad delegation of Chilean executives and business leaders who have traveled to Toronto specifically for this event. This is not a unique edition. This is our third edition in Toronto and the latest stop of an initiative that has traveled across the world's main financial centers for nearly 2 decades, spanning 6 Chilean governments, 10 finance ministers, and 4 presidents from across the political spectrum. Through all of them, Chile has consistently brought its senior economic authorities to stand in front of international investors, answer questions directly, and talk openly about both our challenges and opportunities. That kind of consistency across political cycles and administrations is what makes Chile a reliable long-term partner for international capital. So before we move into the agenda, I would like to invite to the stage Mr. Yasir Naqvi, Parliamentary Secretary to the Ministry of International Trade of Canada and Member of Parliament for Ottawa Centre. While in provincial government, Yasir served in many roles, including as the Attorney General of Ontario, Government House Leader, Minister of Community Safety and Correctional Services, and Minister of Labour. Yasir is a lawyer and was the CEO of the Institute for Canadian Citizenship, Canada's leading voice on citizenship and inclusion. He has also served on the board of many communities organizations, such as Orchestra, United Way West Ontario, and the Ottawa Local Immigration Partnership. Yasir is the proud father of Rafi and Eliana. Please join me in giving a warm round of applause to Mr. Yasir Naqvi.
Oh, thank you very much, Cristóbal, for that very kind introduction, and good morning, everyone. Mr. Jorge Alessandri, President of the Congress, Mr. Jorge Quiroz, Minister of Finance, Ms. Francisca Toledo, Minister of Environment, parliamentarians, distinguished guests, business leaders, colleagues, and friends. On behalf of Government of Canada, I'm honored to participate in the opening of ChileDay. Welcome to Canada. It's a pleasure to welcome such a strong Chilean delegation to Canada, as you just heard from Cristóbal. I had the privilege of meeting President Kass just last Friday in Costa Rica, in San Jose, at the presidential inauguration of the new president. And I can say firsthand that the energy and the ambition he brings to Chile's future is reflected in the delegation that we see in this room today. I also want to thank our sponsors for this morning, Scotiabank and InBest, for your continued support for this important initiative between our 2 countries. The presence of so many government officials so early in your administration underscores the importance Chile places on deepening our long-standing partnership. And Canada truly values its growing relationship with Chile in return. I'm impressed by the diversity and depth of the Canadian and Chilean stakeholders participating today. The companies and investors in this room are a testament to the thousands of jobs and livelihoods, the technological and innovation exchange, and shared prosperity our strategic partnership brings about. As you heard, this is the 3rd ChileDay held in Canada, and it is clear this event is becoming a platform for strengthening our commercial relationship. Le Canada et le Chili entretiennent un partenariat économique solide et couronné du succès, fondé sur la confiance, la stabilité et des valeurs communes. À titre de principal investisseur étranger au Chili, le Canada est fier du rôle que joue nos entreprises, nos fonds de pension et nos institutions dans le soutien à la croissance et à la prospérité du Chili. At the same time, Chile remains one of Canada's most important investment destinations in South America, an indication of the confidence Canadian businesses have in Chile's economy and institutions. Investors know that Chile offers not just opportunities, but stable predictability as well. The Canada-Chile Free Trade Agreement has been at the heart of this relationship for nearly 30 years, helping to expand trade, create jobs, and diversify our economies. Since its entry into force, bilateral merchandise trade has nearly quadrupled, reaching close to $3 billion annually. But beyond the numbers, what truly distinguishes our partnership is its breadth and depth. Canadian investment in Chile spans key sectors, from mining and energy to infrastructure, financial services, and clean technologies. Defense, aviation, blue economy, and AI are just some of the many areas ripe for expansion. Les fonds de pension canadiens, en particulier, sont des partenaires de longue date au Chili, investissant dans les systèmes énergétiques, les réseaux de transport, les ports et les infrastructures d'eau qui soutiennent la compétitivité et la croissance du Chili. Notre partenaire est également tourné vers l'avenir. Canada and Chile are closely aligned on the opportunities ahead, particularly when it comes to critical minerals and the global energy transition. Canadian firms hold a leading share of mining investment in Chile and are recognized globally for responsible business practices and high environmental and social standards. Expectations are that Canadian companies will double their investment in mining in the next decade to $40 billion in stock. As demand for critical minerals continues to grow, we see significant potential to deepen collaboration across the value chain, from extraction to processing and innovation in clean technologies. Our renewed cooperation under the Memorandum of Understanding on the Sustainable Development of Minerals and Metals provides a strong foundation to expand this work even further by sharing experience, resources, and best practices on innovation, water stewardship, mining finance, and innovation. On that note, over 50 Canadian companies offering clean tech and mining solutions will make their way to the north of Chile next month to participate in Expo Nor, where Canada will be the country of honor. This reflects the priorities outlined by Prime Minister Carney at the World Economic Forum in Davos, where he highlighted Canada's commitment to trade diversification and to building resilient supply chains with reliable middle powers and partners. Chile is exactly that kind of partner. Our cooperation also extends and well beyond traditional sectors. Earlier this year, Canada and Chile worked side by side in Antarctica, where 33 Canadians joined an expedition aboard the Chilean Navy's icebreaker Almirante Viel in close collaboration with Chilean partners across government, science, and defense. This expedition demonstrates our ability to operate together in some of the most challenging environments on the planet while advancing scientific research, environmental protection, and innovation. It also underscores the strong foundation of trust between our countries, including in defense cooperation, and showcases Canadian expertise in polar technologies, including ship design, where Canadian innovation contributed directly to the vessel itself. More broadly, it is a powerful example of how the Canada-Chile partnership continues to evolve into new and strategic areas, including polar science, climate research, and emerging technologies. In fact, this week we are also welcoming Chilean Navy, officials to Eastern Canada to engage with defense partners and suppliers capable of meeting their operational needs. You can tell there's a lot going on between Canada and Chile, which is exciting and a good thing. Beyond this, Canada and Chile are like-minded partners when it comes to supporting open, rules-based, and inclusive trade. From our collaboration at the WTO, to our shared partnership in the CPTPP, to our work advancing inclusive trade, our continue to lead by example. We are both Pacific countries and trading nations. Against a complex global economic backdrop, our strong bilateral ties anchored in shared values and mutual trust are more important than ever. Canada's significant and growing investment footprint in Chile sends a clear message. Canada has confidence in Chile's future and remains committed for the long term. At the same time, we are equally eager to welcome Chilean investment into Canada. Canada is at a pivotal moment in its economic development with major opportunities in infrastructure, clean energy, critical minerals, and industrial innovation. We actively encourage Chilean companies and institutional investors to explore these opportunities and to partner with us as we build the economy of the future. To Chilean businesses who are here today, Canada is open for business. Our regulatory environment is clear, predictable, and becoming even more streamlined. Our workers are well educated and productive. We have trade agreements covering every part of the globe. We truly are a gateway to the world. Let me conclude by saying this. The Canada-Chile partnership is already strong, but there is still significant untapped potential. Events like ChileDay help us unlock that potential by bringing together the right partners, ideas, and opportunities. I look forward to the discussions over the coming days and to continuing to build an even stronger, more dynamic economic relationship between our two countries. Muchas gracias y un placer estar con ustedes. Thank you very much.
Merci beaucoup, Mr. Naqvi. That's my French. For those words and for the government of Canada, continued support to Chile and for all the activities you are fostering. So thank you very much. And now, allow me to introduce our distinguished co-host of these opening remarks, Mr. Scott Thomson, President and Chief Executive Officer of Scotiabank. Mr. Thomson has been President and CEO of Scotiabank since February 2023, leading one of the world's most international banks. Chile is one of Scotiabank's most significant international franchises, and we're honored that Scotiabank serves once again as ChileDay's main sponsor. So ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Mr. Scott Thomson.
Thank you, Cristóbal. Buenos días a todos, and thank you all for joining us today. Welcome to Toronto for ChileDay 2026, and it is great to see a full room. So thank you very much for coming. As the main sponsor of this event, Scotiabank is proud to continue supporting an initiative that brings together investors, business leaders, and policymakers to strengthen economic ties and unlock new opportunities for Chile. I have worked in and around Chile for the last 15 years, including a stint living with my family in Chile post-COVID, and I know firsthand the opportunity that exists in this wonderful country. With over $27 billion in investments, Canada is Chile's largest foreign investor, a relationship built on trust, rules-based trade, and a shared commitment to sustainable growth. Forums such as this help to carry this partnership forward. In an uncertain and rapidly changing global environment, bringing the public and private sectors together to advance collaboration and support shared priorities matters more than ever. This includes expanded partnerships between our two countries across key sectors such as aerospace, critical minerals, and advanced defense technologies. Chile is an important market for Scotiabank. For nearly 35 years, we've been proud to serve Chilean clients and businesses, and our commitment to this market has only grown stronger with time. This is where we have scale, strong platforms, and a brand that is well recognized and respected. We are the third largest bank in Chile, serving more than 1.3 million clients across the country through nearly 6,000 dedicated and highly engaged employees. And with Chile's open economy, stable and fair regulatory environment, and high levels of innovation, it remains a core market for our bank and an important part of our international banking strategy. With that, I'm pleased to introduce one of the key individuals working to maintain a supportive business environment, Minister Jorge Quiros. Minister Quiros was appointed Minister of Finance in 2026. His appointment follows a long and distinguished career as an economist advising on economic and financial matters in Chile and internationally. He is also a prominent public voice as a regular newspaper columnist, as a published author, and as a contributor to Chile's film industry. We are very pleased to host him here in Toronto today. Please join me in welcoming Minister Quiros to the stage.